Hey, what is poppin', everybody? It is time. It is time for the free jersey giveaway of your choice. My token of gratitude for you guys getting me to 3,000 subs. Finally got a whole lot of interest, so let's go ahead and do it real quick. I gotta head over to YouTube, where we're gonna head and copy the link from yesterday's video. Go ahead and copy that link. Then we'll head over to the YouTube comment selector website that they put together here. All right, let's go ahead on here. Type in the URL from today's video or yesterday's video. We're going to filter out duplicate answers in case someone commented more than once. And then got to do this quick math here. 3 plus 2 is 5. All right, looks like we had 97 total comments yesterday. So nearly 100 people were interested in this jersey. So we got a 1 in 97 shot for one of you guys to win this thing. So let's go ahead and get it. The first ever winner of the Take My Shot jersey giveaway will be Calvin Ware Swift. Said, let's go with a little money sign. I will get in contact with Calvin. I'll reply to his comment that he commented on me yesterday on my video. And I'll see if he gets back to me. If he doesn't get back to me by like the end of the day, I'll give him like a day period here. I will come back tomorrow. We'll do it again. But if he does get in contact with me, Calvin Ware, you are the winner of the free jersey of your choice. So congrats, Calvin. We'll do the same thing at 4,000. So the faster you guys give me to 4K, the sooner we can do this again. All right. Peace, guys. Hey, what's poppin', everybody? Congrats again there to Calvin. He's going to be the first ever winner of a Take My Shot giveaway since we finally got a whole lot of interest from it. Happy I was finally able to give back a little bit to you guys. Like I saad in the future, I'd love to give away like NBA game tickets, stuff like that. But we'll get there as the day comes. And I'd love to give back a little bit as a sign of gratitude for what you guys do for me. All right, let's go ahead and recap yesterday. Another 2-in-1 day. That puts us on a 15-2 run right now. First game of the night was Jalen Brunson. He went over 19.5 points. I believe he finished with 25 or something right around there. Ice cold starts. He got the first bucket of the game and then didn't score again in the entire first quarter. So he had 2 points headed into the second, but he absolutely clutched it up in the end. Got a bunch of late buckets. Thankfully, the Pistons kept it within grasp. That was the kind of thing I was kind of backpacking on, was that the Pistons were going to be scrappy and they were going to keep it within a arm's length away for them to at least keep the starters in the game. So that's exactly what the Pistons did for us. Jalen Brunson did go over 19.5 points for us. Interestingly enough, 2 of my 3 picks actually were the first basket of the game. Jalen Brunson and Jarrett Allen were both the first basket of the game. May start doing that. May start putting money down on first basket of the game with my picks. But that was interesting that kind of happened yesterday. And then the next pick was Javon Carter over 20.5 points and assists. They were getting blown out, but he's already the backup, so he got, he stayed on the court longer. Ended up being a 26 point performance, or 26 performance from Javon Carter on his points and assists. So no sweat there for Javon Carter either. And then it all came down to the lock of the day. Jarrett Allen over 25.5 points and rebounds. Had 9 in the first quarter. Absolutely red hot to start. And then if you ended up taking his PRA by the end of the day, had 10 PRA by the end of the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, didn't record a rebound, didn't record a point, a steal, an assist, a block, a rebound, a foul. He didn't record a single stat category in the second period or second quarter, and that kind of shot it down. Honestly, if he would have recorded anything there in that second period or second quarter, he just didn't record a single stat, and that's kind of what shot the night down. I think he also finished with 9 boards, so he finished with 3 below his average, and then Evan Mobley finished with 12 boards, so Evan Mobley went 5 over his average, and then Donovan finished with 9 rebounds, so that put Donovan over 5 on his average too. So both Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell rebounded well over their averages, and then Jarrett Allen fell 3 under his average. So it makes a little bit of sense there when you kind of look at it that those guys kind of stole rebounds from Jarrett Allen. So bummer that the lock of the day didn't come through for us. I felt so confident about that Jarrett Allen play, but just didn't work out in our favor. And still on a really good run right now. We just got to connect on 3 slips or 3 picks here so we can get this 3 slip to pop. But with that being said, guys, it's time to get today's picks. So let's get it, man. Real quick, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, in the link down in the description below, I have a link that takes you straight to the App Store where you can download Underdog Fantasy, because you're going to want to hop in on the action this year. They have added a whole bunch of new features to Underdog Fantasy this year, starting with the brand new insurance feature, okay? This insurance feature is a new thing that has been super requested for the fans and the customers of Underdog Fantasy. Essentially, all you do is you click insurance right here. And if you can see right there, all you have to do is hit 4 of these picks to win, but the value does drop down. So if you turn off the insurance, you do a $10 bet, you obviously get $200. And if you turn on the insurance feature, it drops down a multiplier down to 10. But if you miss one of these picks, say, Jameis Winston gets hurt or something, he doesn't end up throwing 2 touchdown passes. But everybody else hits, like Lamar, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, and Justin Jefferson. All these guys hit. You still hit the hit, or you still hit the slip. You just get it for $100. Just goes down a multiplier, which is a huge feature a lot of people have been asking for, so they received it. Also, they have added second half lines now to games. Obviously, it is on. There is nothing up because there's no NFL second half games, but they have added NFL second half. So just like for the Thursday night game, I'll throw up that clip right here. Thursday night, they dropped all the second half lines for that Thursday night game between the Bills and the Rams. They've added a bunch of new features this year. They're trying to improve to get the app better for you guys. Also, when you sign up, if you use code TAKEMYSHOT, you'll get $100 match, up to $100 match and 100% deposit match on your first time deposit. So if you do that, you can deposit $50 to get an extra $50, $20 to get an extra $20. Whole lot of stuff coming with Underdog Fantasy this year. Make sure you sign up with code TAKEMYSHOT. Now let's get to today's bets. All right, coming in hot with today's lock of the day, boys. Let's get it. Today's slip, we'll have a couple of plays that we've played earlier this year. A lot of guys just have really good matchups today, or bad matchups for this matter. Today's lock of the day is going to be Jalen Green today, under 21.5 points today. Today is going to be taking on the New Orleans Pelicans in this one. The Pelicans are one of the best defenses in the NBA at stopping point guards from scoring the basketball. They sit at the 4th best defense at allowing the least amount of points to shooting guards. Jalen Green, of course, is at the shooting guard position for the Houston Rockets. He has gone under in all 3 matchups against the New Orleans Pelicans last year. Went ahead and looked at the tape from last year. That was due, in fact, because he was being guarded by Herb Jones. Herb Jones, one of the best, most elite wing and perimeter defenders in the NBA. And it shows. Obviously, he struggled last year versus the Pelicans. Only averaged 16 points through 3 games. And those games that he played in New Orleans, he only averaged 14.5. So the average dropped even lower when he went and played in New Orleans. And that's what he's doing today. The Rockets are heading over to New Orleans. We've talked about this earlier this year when we did take Jalen Green's under earlier this year. He struggles mightily on the road. In 9 road contests this year that Jalen Green has played in, he's gone under in 7 out of 9. Has horrible shooting splits in those games. And on the year, he's only averaging 20.8 points per game. And we've talked about it in the past. When his line is almost identical to his average and he's taking on a bad matchup, he is going to struggle today in this matchup that he has versus the Pelicans here today. Opposing shooting guards have fared versus the New Orleans Pelicans. 8 out of 12 have gone under. So a massive amount of these shooting guards have gone under. And they're not just holding scrubs to unders. They're holding guys like Devin Booker, guys like Paul George, elite scorers like Jordan Clarkson. They're holding really good scorers and really, all-stars, really, with guys like Booker and Paul George to under this 21.5 total. Starting point guards versus this New Orleans Pelicans team are only averaging 16 points per game. And only one has hit in New Orleans. And the only guy that hit in New Orleans, I believe, was Spencer Dinwiddie or something like that. So another guy that's very capable of scoring the basketball. But it's been a rough slate for shooting guards versus this New Orleans Pelicans team, thanks in largely part to Herb Jones. And that's going to be his matchup tonight. So give me Jalen Green under 21.5 points tonight as our lock of the day. All right, second play of the day today is going to be coming from the same exact game, that New Orleans versus Houston Rockets game. We're going to go over on CJ McCollum. 6.0 assist in this one. I hate doing repeat picks. You guys know that. But this matchup is just way too good. The the Houston Rockets give up the most assists now in the NBA, 2 point guards. They give up 11.23 assists per game. That is almost 2 higher than the next place position. They just give up so many assists. And it shows through 12 games this year, the Houston Rockets have given up 7.3 on the average to starting point guards through 12 games this season. And 8 of the 12 that they've played have gone over this 6.0 total or pushed that 6.0 total. We just took CJ McCollum the other day, so we did just talk about the numbers he's been putting up. He's hit this over in 9 out of 12 games, has CJ McCollum. He's been kind of assigned to that point guard role in this offense that they have now, or the lineup that they have now in New Orleans, and he's flourished in it. In that last game, we just took him, hit it in the first half, had, I believe, 6 assists, or maybe 5 assists or 6 assists in the first half, can't remember. But he had like 4 assists in the first 3 minutes of the game. He's not been scoring the ball too well lately, even though I do think he might have a good night scoring tonight. Rockets do also give up 26 points per game starting point, or 2 point guards as well, that 11.23 assists. So I think he could have a good scoring night tonight. Will CJ McCollum. But the offense just runs through him, and he finds people. He's been assisting the ball much better at the beginning of the start of the season than he has at the start of the season before. So CJ McCollum as the new point guard for that Pelicans offense has been thriving. The total in this game as well sits at a 232 total. I believe that's the highest one of the day, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Sits as the highest total of the day. Also the last game of the day, so we're going to have to sweat out a last game of the day if it gets to that point. So CJ McCollum over 6.0 assists will be our second play of the day today. Okay, our third play of the day is going to be a weight on it, okay? We're going to take Jimmy Butler over points and rebounds today is what we're going to do for our third play of the day. But wait on it. His points and rebounds currently sits at 30.5, so he needs 31. The New Orleans Hornets give up the, let's double check it real quick so I'm not giving you guys false information here. New Orleans Hornets give up the third most rebounds to small forwards of the NBA. Now, this game is sitting at a 9.5 point spread. The other day, I decided not to play this game because it was sitting at a 10.5 point spread. I believe they went to overtime. Jimmy Butler had a massive game. He had like 35, 10, and 8. Huge game from Jimmy Butler. Now, this game is going to be controversial because LaMelo Ball is now questionable. So there is a shot. There is a shot that LaMelo Ball plays this game tonight. And if LaMelo Ball plays this game, obviously that changes a lot in this one. So I'm looking at Jimmy Butler tonight in this matchup versus Charlotte Hornets. Even in the past, when you're looking at how he fared last year versus Charlotte Hornets, 32, 10, and 5, 26, 27, 6, and 4, 15, 10, and 8, 27, 5, and 8. He had huge games last year versus the Hornets. And even one of those games last year as well went in overtime. So I'm kind of looking at Jimmy Butler in this one. I'm going to look towards his points and rebounds. But that's definitely going to be one you're going to want to follow me on Instagram because I want to see what ends up happening with LaMelo Ball. If that doesn't happen, I've got some other plays. I'm really liking the under on Joe Harris under on his threes tonight versus the Clippers. So obviously that one's a very early game, so might not be able to get that one out. But Joe Harris, I was liking the under on Joe Harris. Was kind of looking at OG Anunoby to have a big night versus the Pacers, but there's no Raptors lines out right now. So 2 locked in for sure. Jalen Green and CJ McCollum. Those 2 plays will for sure be plays. But just kind of waiting on some injuries for that third play of the day. It's kind of been the story of the last couple of days, is kind of waiting for that third play. So Jimmy Butler, as of right now, over 30.5 points and rebounds will be a third play, but stay tuned on that one because there are a little bit of injuries affecting that game. So those will be our 2 picks. Will be CJ McCollum, the lock of the day, over, or excuse me, not the lock of the day. Jalen Green is the lock of the day, under 21.5 points, and then CJ McCollum under over 6.0 assists is our second play of the day. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video here. Stay tuned on this last pick of the day. I know I've already stressed it a couple times. There's no Raptors lines, there's no Pistons lines, and there's no Celtics lines. A couple of games I kind of want to take advantage of. They just don't have lines out for them yet. So just stay tuned. The Hornets now have LaMelo Ball available. So I kind of want to see what just happens with those last plays. Those 2, for sure, like I've already said, lock them in. Lock in those CJ McCollum and Jalen Green lines. Lock those ones in. But just kind of waiting on that third play. So stay tuned for that one. Lastly, just want to kind of thank you guys once again for 3K. Massive, milestone for me. Congrats again to Calvin. If you guys want to take a shot at that again next time around, once we get to 4K, we'll do another one, do another jersey giveaway. But thank you guys so much, and I will catch you tomorrow. Let's catch, let's sweep, peace out. Let's not go, no more 2 for 1s. Let's go 3 for 4 today. Let's get it.